Welcome to another First Impression video. I'm BP, and today we're taking a look at realistic livestock from Arrow. So what is the realistic livestock mod? It is a mod that is intended to flush out animal husbandry for Farm Sim 25. It enriches both the animals themselves, the care and upkeep of them, the process of buying and selling, making money, the entire animal husbandry process is just totally flushed out with this mod to make it much more realistic, offer you a lot of detail, a lot more in-depth care and involvement in raising your animals, caring for your animals, selling your animals, producing animals, the entire process. So it's a very exciting mod. I'm going to jump over to Arrow's GitHub real quick and read to you guys about the features of the mod, and then we'll go in and explore with the animals we have here on Missouri River Bottom and how it has changed them. So starting with the features, there are now male animals. The male animals are of higher value. They are required for reproduction. So previously you were able to just put a bunch of sheep or cows in a pen and they would just reproduce if they were fed and of the right age. Now you need to have male and female animals to do that. There is a note here that Arrow did not add any male animal models. So all the models will look the same, the male and the female, but they are differentiated in their description and how you purchase them. The visual animals, the limit of visual animals per husbandry has been increased from 25 in the vanilla game up to 200 at maximum, which can be changed with a slider. So you can see I have about 500 sheep in this pen. It's a very large pen, but if you are used to the standard vanilla animals in the pen, this is way more animals than you would normally have. Now, what's interesting, and I haven't had time to explore too much, is I actually have both Black Welsh Mountain sheep and Steinschaft in here, and it looks like it's only showing me Black Welsh Mountain. I also have adults and lambs and newborns, and it does appear that it is only showing me one type of animal and one age group of that animal as well. I have not been able to find any full-grown sheep in the pen, but there are definitely a lot more of them. Moving on, there's individual animals. All animals are now 100% individual, and the archaic cluster system has been scrapped, allowing more variety in gameplay in animals. Every animal has its own unique identifier based on the UK's cattle identification system. Those are those ear tags you guys see. Every animal has a birthday and a country of origin. Every animal can be named. Supported animals have ear tags to their left ear and right ears detailing their country of origin, farm ID, animal ID, name, and birthday, as well as a particular identifier on their behind. Supported animals have nose rings, so we assume that's going to be the male bulls are going to have nose rings, but we'll take a look at that. So let's see if we can see any sort of marking on our sheep. So there's no marking on the sheep beyond the ear tags that I can see, but I wonder if we run down to our cow barn if we can see something different, because we have several full-size animals. All right, so right here, that cow has an ID on its butt, so that's 0038, so that is true. And what's also interesting here is that this pasture has both Angus and Limousin cows, and again, several different ages. We have adolescent and full-grown cows, and I'm still only seeing one type of animal, which is the Limousin, and only one age group, which is fully grown. Now, there are a ton of them in this pasture, and this is a big pasture. They are all over the place. They're in the woods. There's a cute cow with some tags in its ears. They're in the woods. They're in the meadows. They are all over the place. I am interested to see. I do have a fairly large barn that has a couple of outdoor areas that the cows can hang out. So they can be in this pen over here. I don't see them there. But here we go. They are in the outside pen over here. So we do have animals in all parts of the pens and pastures, which is exciting. All right, getting back to the list of features, we have the enhanced pregnancy system. Animals of different species have a varying amount of potential offspring per each pregnancy. Example, cows can have 0 to 3 calves. So that's exciting. So now it's not just 1 to 1. Offspring are created inside the mother when she's impregnated instead of at birth. So they exist while they're being grown and not just when they show up in your pasture. Ability to view the number of expected offspring and their due date. That is cool because they're not all going to be born on the same day. The reproduction duration is now unique for every animal. Not every animal of the same species will take the same length of time to deliver their offspring. So it's not just going to be, 10 months for cows and 5 months for goats and sheep. It's going to be very different. So yeah, we have lots and lots of information here. We'll go through that in a minute, but that is really exciting about the offspring. So moving along, the weight system, there's a new weight system. Every animal has a weight unique to them, and each day they will gravitate to or from their ideal weight based on their metabolism due to how much they eat and drink. Weight affects sale value and health and unhealthy weight can result in death, especially in young animals. Very interesting. So just taking a quick look at these cows. This cow overall is in good shape. Its metabolism is high, and its weight is, let's see, health is very low, fertility, quality, average, production. So I guess we have to go into the menu to get their weight. We'll take a look at that in a minute. The enhanced user interface, new family trees visible on the animal screen. Lots of additional information is shown in the animal screen and the info box about each animal. Enhanced production. Supported animals will have their production based on various factors. Cows will only produce milk when lactating, and their yield will rise and fall based on their previous pregnancy. Sheep will only produce wool in the warm months. That makes sense. We weren't getting a lot of wool. We shouldn't be getting a lot of wool in the winter. Death and aging. Animals' aging is no longer limited to 5 years. Every animal type has an expected lifespan, and every animal has a chance to die of old age the older they get, but can live past their expected lifespan. So that's cool. So they'll live and die different times. So it makes sense to sell some of your older animals, get the money out of them before they pass away. I think that's going to change the way the game is played in regard to animal husbandry. Animals can die from health, random accidents, and bad pregnancies. So having a pregnancy can put your animal at risk. That is very interesting. Enhanced animal dealer. The animal dealer has been completely overhauled. Every supported country in the world now has several unique farms, which each produce up to 3 types of animals. Each farm will send some of their animals to the animal dealer every day. Every animal is unique and is no longer a template and are generated based on the quality of the farm they come from. Every animal sent to the dealer will eventually disappear and will no longer be able to be bought, but will be replaced with new ones. Most animals are local to your country, but some will be imported from abroad. Animals at the dealer have a chance to be pregnant and will have unique genetic qualities which will impact their price and usefulness. So guys, that is a ton of information. Taking a look at these cows, I want to show you guys when you get up close to them, you do get a ton of information. The type is limousine, unique ID, farm ID, age, their birthday, their health level, their gender, their weight, their target weight, their lactation status, whether they're reproducing or not, can reproduce, they're pregnant, their value, and their value per kilogram. Then below that, you have their genetics, you have their overall, which would be, good, very low, high, that type of thing. Metabolism, how much food they eat, and that'll affect their weight. Their fertility, this one is high. The quality of this animal is average, and the milk production is extremely high. And that is the same, the same information is available, but totally different for each animal. So this one's worth $1,709, whereas this one is worth $1,690. So that is incredible, guys. So much detail, so much going on. Now, the next part of this is jumping into the animal menu, and I can tell you this gets to be a bit overwhelming. So as I said, I have in the neighborhood of 500 sheep, And now they're all uniquely identified, and they are all their own unique animal in the sheep barn. So I have pages and pages and pages of sheep. These are just the Steinschaft sheep that we said we had that aren't even showing up in the pen. Now we get into the black Welsh mountain sheep. And again, screens and screens of these animals. Now we can click on them. This one from the top is 110275. It's 10 months old. Its health is 100%. It cannot reproduce because it's not old enough yet. Its weight is 29.01 kilograms out of, I guess, an expected or ideal 59.4, and it is not pregnant. I can click on a black Welsh mountain here. This one's 18 months. Health is 100%. Reproduction, no suitable male animal. So I'm transferring this from an existing game save, and all these animals were brought in as females. So I'm going to have to purchase male animals if I want to have them reproduce. This one is 38.64 kilograms out of an ideal 51.41 and is not pregnant. And that goes on and on and on. And you can see here is some sort of adolescent age sheep. This one's 5 months. Reproduction too young. It is less than 8 months old. So it gives you just a ton of information. Same thing with the cows. We have all of our limousine that we saw previously. And then if I scroll down to the bottom, we've got all of our Angus that we weren't able to see. What's really interesting is I have my cows on just meadow grass because they're beef cattle at this point, which has kept their health down pretty low. And this one is at 6% health and is too unhealthy to reproduce. Now, if I find another animal, can I find one that has eaten enough? Let's see. Click around, see what we can find here. Maybe they all need some food. As I said, they were just on meadow grass. So here we go. So this limousine is also at 6% health, but the reason it can't reproduce is because there's no suitable male animal. So this is really, really cool, guys. An exciting mod. Let's jump over to the animal dealer and just see what we can find there. So here we are. I did bring my trailer down. I had a hard time getting the trigger to work without having a truck on it. But here we are in the animal dealer section of the menu. And as you can see, we have all kinds of animals. We have brown Swiss. And from looking at this, it seems like if it just says brown Swiss, that's a female. And it'll say specifically like down below brown Swiss bull down here. So we have 2 females for sale. One is $1,000. It has high metabolism, high fertility, average health. Overall is good. The milk production is high. The quality is high. So that is, sort of an ideal animal. And it has both its unique identifier and the farm tag that it came from. So that is very cool. I'm trying to figure out if they have, the age is in the middle. So this one's 11 months. Now we have another brown Swiss. It's only 4 months. Metabolism is high. Fertility is high. Health is high. Overall is good. Milk production is average and quality is average. So I could buy that for $486, about half the cost of the other one. Then we get into the bulls. So we have metabolism very high. Fertility extremely high. I haven't seen that. Health is very high. Overall is extremely good. Milk production extremely high. I'm not sure how bulls are producing milk, but it might just be a feature that's in there. And the quality is extremely high. So this is a very nice animal. We have not seen an animal with all green, extremely high, very high rankings across the board. So we have a Holstein bull here, and this one's low, very bad. Or very low, bad, and low. So this is not a great animal. So I probably wouldn't buy this one. Moving on to the beef cattle, we have several females and then the males here. So this one looks really good. So I'm probably going to buy this one just to take to my farm and see what it does. But $2,295. Metabolism is very high. Fertility is very high. Health is very high. Overall is very good. Quality is very high. So I'm going to buy that animal. I think that's, buy selected. Do I sure you want to buy 0 animals for $0? No, I don't. Do I have to click? Oh, I have to check it. So I can select multiple animals. That is very cool as well. That bull is not looking so good. This bull looks really good. So we'll select him as well. Oh, and then we have the water buffalo. So we have female water buffalo and water buffalo bulls. That is very cool. So I'm going to buy selected. I want to buy 2 animals for $45,095. And they are, you can see their little icons underneath my trailer. They are in my trailer. So guys, this first impression video, a lot of information. This is a very, very cool mod. Offers a ton of role play options in your game. It offers just a ton of, it makes animal husbandry much less repetitive. You know, I've started this game before this mod came out, or this playthrough before the mod came out, and you know, I just feed my cows and let them grow, and they reproduce, and the sheep were reproducing every, you know, what is it, every 5 months. They were producing wool year-round, and it just made the whole process very repetitive. Now I'm going to have to go through, and I'm probably going to go through and sell the animals that are not of very good quality on my farm. I don't really want them reproducing. I want to reproduce with good animals so I can sort of create my own genetic footprint or plan for success. So that's a really, really cool feature. Overall, I think this is a great mod. It does certainly add a lot of depth to the game. There are some notes that if you are running it on a low-powered or not a high-performance PC, you may see some performance challenges on your PC. My setup is pretty good. I did notice, you know, normally my frames are hovering in the, you know, 114 to 120 range, and I've been 106 to 109, even down to 104. So it definitely, the system took a hit to run it. I do have, you know, let's call it 400 cows and about 500 sheep on the map, so there are just under 1,000 unique animals on my farm now, which I would expect to have a pretty significant impact on performance, and just keeping track of all that data and running all that stuff in the background, and what each animal is eating and what they're not eating, you know, if they're pregnant, all that kind of stuff. So you know, I'm not seeing a huge change in performance, but definitely worth noting that it may be a bit of a challenging mod for some people. It is PC only, if that wasn't clear from the start. But overall, you know, I think this is an amazing mod. I think it will turn animal husbandry and just your animal farming, take it to a new level. You know, whereas animals sort of just existed in the background previously, I think they can become a real focal point of your gameplay, your playthroughs, and really become a feature that is enjoyable to not only manage, but also to, you know, just play through, see how your animals do. You can go through month to month, and, you know, you don't just wait for your beef cattle to, you know, become of age to sell. You're not just going to wait for your dairy cows to produce the same amount of milk every month. You're going to go through and, you know, sell off the animals that are poor performers or are of lower quality and replace them with better animals. So I think this opens up a ton of options in your gameplay. I'm super excited for this. I think we're going to bring it into our Missouri River Bottom Let's Play and start really working through that. I will link to Arrow's GitHub in the description below. He also has out the realistic weather mod, which has been out for a little while. That is the same, has the same level of change that the realistic livestock mod has to your gameplay. It will change the way you play the game. There's snow, there's fog, there's disasters, that changes, there's friction of the tires and the grip and the weather and everything else. So just as in-depth as the livestock mod, so you may want to check that one out too. But this has been a really exciting new mod. I'm thrilled to have a chance to take a look at it and anticipate using it in my gameplay moving forward. So thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.